Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, the creator of the chakra balance numerology cosmic energy forecast deck, a mom and a wife. And we're still in 2021, so I'm still here helping you to see yourself as the best version of who you are already. In case you do not know what my mission and my purpose is and why I've been called to earth to be incarnated this time around, I'm here to help women, men by referral, release issues from their tissues as they release emotional weight and fall in love with themselves. Well, I get to witness their transformation of becoming the best version of who they are already. My work is powerful. I'm blessed that I got chosen to do this work. And even more importantly, I'm blessed that I get to do the work with you. So that's what I'm here to do. So how are you? How are you? How are you? Remember to share and like and comment to today's show. And I want to just give a shout out to all my advertising sponsors that make the show run week after week after week. And we're going to start off with CJ Ives Lopez. She is both the podcast host and also the publisher of The Author's Porch. Same name for both. Makes it real super simple. If you want to do any type of advertising or submit an article, feel free to reach out to her. Then we have Joe Monkman. He's a shamanic healing practitioner and also wellness advocate. Natad Babwari. He's the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy. Kendrick Greer, we all know Kendrick Greer, he's our astrologer. Then we have Nick Rafter. He is the real estate agent and also writer, editor, and journalist. So if you need if you're looking for a new home, a new apartment, or if you need any assistance in that article, blog, or whatever have you, he's your go-to. Last but not least, which is our guest today, Gabriella. I'm not even trying. Her last name is amazing, but I screw it up. She is our medical intuitive and also the founder of a live health solution. So those are our amazing advertising sponsors for today. They've been our sponsors for quite some time. And just an FYI, if you are out there watching and you happen to be an entrepreneur, healer, or someone just living in purpose and you would like to be an advertising sponsor, please go ahead and reach out to me. You could do that by sending an email to healingwithin76@gmail.com. I'm working on my 2022 calendar. Would love to have you on it. So you too can be in front of a different face and eyes and share what you do. So again, how are we all doing on this amazing, amazing first Sunday of November? I actually had to look at my calendar earlier because I really thought last Sunday was the first Sunday, but realized last Sunday was Halloween, and that was still October. And not only is it the first Sunday of November, but we've also, at least not everywhere, and I don't know specifically where, but many people had to change their clocks, and we gained an hour. At least I gained an hour, and I'm very excited about that. This is actually gonna probably make some of you laugh who know me. I actually got 11 hours of sleep last night. Holy sugar. 11 hours of sleep. That's a whole lot of sleep for one person to be getting. I don't even think on a normal week, I get 11 hours within a week's time. Most of the time, maybe over 2 days, I've gotten 12 hours, but 11 hours in one night? Wow. I should feel like magic, this magical being right now. And I actually do. I feel really well rested, energized, and super, super excited to be here today. I'm hoping that you caught the title for our show today, which is all about healing prompt therapy for VX. You definitely want to hang in there today because, like I said, my guest, and we have a volunteer today coming on in a little while to talk about the healing prompt therapy for the VX. And you'll get to know a little bit more and a lot more about what that actually means in a little while. So being that we are now in November, I cannot believe we are 11th month of 2021 already. Now, hopefully you caught last week's show and you've catch my YouTube, what are they called? Videos, and my first Wednesday of the month show, because I've given a lot of insight out regarding the 11 energy. November's the 11th month of the year. It's the only month out of the entire year that carries a very high vibration number, which is all about the master healer, how we are healing the partnerships that we have with ourselves, our higher self, and everyone around. Most important relationship to heal is the one you have with yourself and higher self. Because when you can connect those two energies and heal them, everything else externally begins to heal automatically. When you start to love yourself and forgive yourself for whatever it is you need forgiving, externally, it's like this domino effect that just happens by itself. You don't have to work that hard to do. And that's what November is all about. It's really about healing on a much deeper level. Now, I had this really interesting conversation the other day in another group, and I had mentioned to them that because we are in this 11 energy month, the energies are very high right now, and that many of us may be experiencing a lot of loss, meaning people are crossing over. And because many of us are also our vibrations are raising to a much higher level, there's a little confusion between those who are looking to cross over and those of us whose vibrations are raising to a much higher level. So our job, for those of us who are raising to a much higher level, our job is to help and support those who are crossing over by literally showing them the light and allowing them to go. And letting them know that if you are struggling with someone who is experiencing a lot of discomfort, where they're constantly battling with themselves about their illness, and it almost seems as though they're fighting to stay here, but they're fighting to go, give them the encouragement to allow themselves to be more at peace. And this way here, perhaps they might be willing to go. And I know on my end, within the last maybe 3 or 4 days, all I keep texting to people is, I'm so sorry for your loss. And this has been going on for the last 7 days, considering we're the 7th day of November already. So if you're experiencing that as well, just keep your light high and energized. Remember to constantly recharge and renew and rejuvenate yourself so your energy doesn't wear out, because this is a very strong month for all of us. And with all that's going on in the cosmic world right now, every one of us are evolving into a different version of ourselves. And we are not going to be the same person we were when 2021 came in. By the time 2022 flows around, we are definitely going to be a different version. And that's a great thing. So what I like to do before we move into a commercial break is I like to help you tap into one chakra for today. One chakra, one affirmation, and let's find a number that's going to help with your story, as I like to call a number that provides a hidden message. So if you like, take a moment to take a breath and just think about one thing you would like some guidance on. Doesn't matter what it is, no matter how small or big it is, and think of that. And then I'm going to provide you some insight, inspiration, and intuition with one card that's going to show up right now. And that card is communication. Communication is a big word. Communication is an important word, and communication is an important theme. We all need to be able to communicate. When we can communicate to one another and communicate in the most joyful way, kind way, that's that pink energy, and not be raw with the way we communicate, communication is easier to accept and receive. However, when we communicate with rudeness, frustration, and just rudeness, that's our ego. And we do not take that in too well. So really practice on communicating with more joy and kindness. So if there's something you need to say to somebody, find the best way of saying it in the most kindest way possible, so they'll be able to receive it. So you want to deliver your message with kindness and not be so rude. The number 12 works out to be a 3. So this is really about how we express and how we listen. And when I use the word listen to your spirit guides. Check in every now and then. Also, 3 is about learning and teaching. So what is it today that you can learn, and what is it today you can teach? So my philosophy for today is, just for today, learn to communicate with more kindness and compassion, so that the person you're communicating with will be able to receive. And once they can receive it, perhaps they can deliver it back to you, and it just makes the communication flow just a lot more easily. So that's just for today. With that being said, again, we're going to take a quick commercial break, get some water, and I'll be right back with my amazing guests. I'm looking forward to bringing them on. Got a guest coming in with a volunteer, because we are going to be doing, well, not me, there's going to be a healing demonstration going on. So please, 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 if you need to get your pen and paper to do so you can take notes, or you can always come back and watch later. But come back after this commercial break. I'll be right back.
If you are turned off by conventional medicine and their mantra, do you want meds for that? There's a better option. I'm Gabriella Mihalishin, medical intuitive and healer. Let me help you find the root cause of your illness and guide you through healing. My intuitive method directs your body to heal itself and removes barriers to healing. I invite you to schedule a session today at alivehealthsolutions.com.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter, journalist, writer, editor. I'm happy to be offering copy editing and line editing services at competitive industry rates. If you have a book or any document that needs to be edited and thoroughly looked through, please contact me at nickrafter@gmail.com and let's discuss how to get that work done. That's Nick Rafter, NICKRAFTER, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.
Hello, and welcome back. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have my two amazing guests and volunteer here, but I'm going to introduce you to them in just a second, especially for those of you who are just tuning in who might have missed the introduction. Remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. Very important to share this out because we want as many people to watch this, to receive this, to really take today's show in, because I think out of all the shows I've ever had and all the guests I ever have, Gabriella, oh my God, she is like the most amazing, brilliant woman I know, and you do not want to miss what she has to share today, because I learned something about her yesterday that I did not know, which is she literally quit her day job to do the work that she does. And now I understand why, because she's very powerful. And as her description is, she's a medical intuitive. She's so much more than just that. But I'll introduce you to her in a second. Just want to go over our card, which is a great card for today. Communication. We want to really have our listening skills on today. If you're wearing a hearing aid, turn it up because you really want to pay attention today. Remember, it's all about listening, expressing yourself, and sharing today's insight because it's very powerful. But we also want to learn how to communicate with kindness, which is that pink energy. More compassion. We don't need to be rude to get across what it is we need to say. And in fact, when we can learn to say with more kindness, people are more likely to hear it rather than being so rude with whatever it is you want to say. So that's our card. The three energy is all about what we learn, we teach, what we teach, we learn, listening and expressing. Whole three energy for today. So with all that being said, as I said, I have Gabriella here. Can't say her last name for the life of me, but she knows that already. She'll introduce herself in a second. And then we also have Nick Rafter here as well. So Gabriella, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can share your full name so they'll know who you actually are without me matching it all up. So introduce yourself, please.
Sure. My name is Gabriella Mihalishin.
I knew I was going to screw that up.
That is great from Michelson. So, Mihalishin.
Yes. And tell them a little bit about you and what we're going to be doing today.
Sure. I grew up as a problem solver, and I went into the computer programming field because solving problems and figuring out what the root cause was and fixing things was what I really enjoyed. Then I went on my own healing journey. Basically, I had several health issues that I felt were connected, but doctors weren't looking at connections because that's not what they're trained to do. So I went on a research trail to try to find what was wrong with me. And I eventually found out that my particular issue was gluten intolerance. And I continued to look and research and see that was so many people around me had the same issue. So that drove me into kind of turning my focus on to helping others with their health issues. And I researched a lot of alternative health methods, not only just learning what they did, but learning how they work and trying to figure that out. And I put some together to create my own healing method. And that's what we're going to be showing today. And that is called healing prompt therapy. And the reason it works is your body is wonderful at healing itself, but it doesn't troubleshoot very well. So as a previous computer programmer, I was practiced in troubleshooting. Mm-hmm. And those are the skills that I use to both do research and use intuition to find out what the root cause is of a particular client's illnesses that are going on. So I use muscle testing, which is also known as applied kinesiology. Sometimes you will see it used with a pendulum. It's the same thing, and it's not mystical, it's scientific. Even though it does look mystical, it has a scientific basis to it, and it is the same way that a lie detector test works, because your body reacts differently when you're positive than when you're negative. So that's what we'll be using: muscle testing and prompts, which are called healing prompts, to work on whatever's going on with Nick. So Nick, can you tell us a bit about what your symptoms are and what we're going to be working on today?
Yeah. So the symptoms that we discuss are regular fatigue and a headache that is a bit different than headaches that I normally have, on a regular basis. It's sort of the back of the head, and it kind of feels like a rubber band and like pressure around the back of the head. And then very excessive, I don't know how to say it in a really nice way, but eye gunk coming from the eyes, especially in the morning when I wake up, which has been an issue now for about 6 months or so. And those are the three main ones. They're not debilitating. They're just kind of like there. I describe it as a little bit like a gnat flying around that I'm sort of sweating away. So like those were the three main ones. The fatigue is a little bit debilitating because I do have a habit of sleeping like 14 hours in a row every like 7 to 9 days. And that sort of sets my entire sleep schedule off. It kind of requires me to take some time away from work. I have a job where I can do that, so it's not terrible, but I would rather not have a night where I can't get up for 14 hours every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
And you know how to muscle test, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Nick, we were talking and you said you were going to use the tip test.
Yeah.
Which is based on what your body does when you're sitting down, or can be used standing up as well.
Now, just for our viewers, you called it a tilt or a tilt test, correct?
Yeah.
Now, for our viewers, are they going to actually be able to see him tilting or shifting in any way?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And do you lean forward and back? Is that how yours works?
Yeah, I mean, the typical responses that I ask for my body are tilting back and forth like this for yes, tilting like this for no.
Okay.
I've never
okay.
it,
so this right here, yeah, it makes it easier for the viewers to understand, what's what and what their eye will look for when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to feel it before I see it, so
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And everybody's body is different, and when I do it, mine, I lean forward for yes and backward for no, but different people do different things, and that's why it's important to know what your body does for the yes and the no. All right, so what I'm going to start with is some definitions, because the terminology that I use, I want to make sure that your subconscious understands what I'm talking about when I say certain words. So when I say nutrients, that means amino acids, proteins, minerals, vitamins, lipids, enzymes, triglycerides, steroids, electrolytes, and tripeptides. So those are all the things that are under the category of nutrients. And I'm going to ask your body to search for any nutrient pathways that are not working and any nutrients that are not being absorbed appropriately. Another term is life map parts, and that is a terminology that I have found that the body likes for genes. So when there's nutrient pathways that are not working, there might be some genetic reasons for that. So I want your body, I'm asking your body right now to search for the life map parts that are associated with any of the nutrient pathways that are not working. The next thing to look for is hormone pathways that are not working. And glands that are not fully functioning. And toxins should be removed. There are chemical toxins, metal toxins, and biological toxins. And those have what are called cleanup pathways. So certain toxins are removed through the digestive tract. Other ones are removed, processed through the liver or kidneys, things like that. So look for the cleanup pathways that are not working, so we can ask for those to be fixed. Another thing is pathogens. There are a lot of types of pathogens. Some examples are bacteria and viruses. There are also can be an overgrowth of yeast, or prions is another type of pathogen. There's several that are not well known, but your body knows what they are. It's anything in your body that should not be there, that is a living entity. And the next thing is energy lines. And there's 3 types of energy lines that I have found through muscle testing and research. One of them is associated with the lymphatic system. That's commonly known as the meridians. Another one is associated with the nervous system, and that's commonly known as chakras. And the third one is related to the blood vessels, and I don't think there's any name for that I have seen. So those 3 types of energy lines, the lines themselves are supposed to be close enough to each other to be able to get energy to all the parts in between them. So if there's inflammation at some point, those might expand. And then when the inflammation comes back, they might not be realigned. So what I want your body to look for in this is any of parts of those energy lines that are not aligned appropriately, and any that need to be restored. Let's see. The next thing we're going to do is start doing some healing prompts. So we'll do a couple of different sections of healing prompts. The first section is basically the overall healing prompts. They're more general. And then we'll do some more, after some muscle testing, we'll do some specific to what's going on with your body and the reasons for the symptoms. So for the prompts themselves, I will repeat those twice and just kind of put yourself in a calm state and a receptive state. so that your body can internalize what I'm saying. I would like my nutrient pathways and related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like my nutrient pathways and related life map parts to be fully functioning. And then just take a deep breath. I would like my hormone pathways and related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like my hormone pathways and related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like my body to absorb those nutrients appropriately. I would like my body to absorb those nutrients appropriately. I would like those parts of my glands and the related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like those parts of my glands and the related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like my toxin cleanup pathways and related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like my toxin cleanup pathways and related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like my pathogen cleanup pathways and related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like my pathogen cleanup pathways and related life map parts to be fully functioning. I would like those parts of my energy lines to be appropriately aligned. I would like those parts of my energy lines to be appropriately aligned. I would like those parts of my energy lines to be fully restored. I would like those parts of my energy lines to be fully restored. All right, so that's the prompts that we're going to do. The next part, could you tell me what your, when you were vaccinated?
Yeah, so the first two shots were April 1st, April 22nd, with the booster October 27th.
Okay. And can you muscle test whether the symptoms we talked about are a result of the vaccines?
The symptoms are a result of vaccinations. Getting a yes.
Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to explain how the vaccine works, because most of our bodies don't understand what just happened when we have a vaccine. So when something comes into our body through the muscle, we don't really realize it a foreign matter. And because the vaccine has mRNA, that gets accepted as something that we made, even though it's not. So in order to identify it after the fact, we're going to call it the mRNA that creates that spike protein. And that mRNA splits into two pieces, which are called the S1 protein and the S2 protein. I don't think that scientists were too creative with those, but
Excuse me.
but it gets split in the presence of the protein furin. And the S1 part is the part that connects to the ACE2 receptors, and the S2 stays connected to the coronavirus if there is one, but in this case, there isn't. So we have to find the S2 protein and the S1 protein to take care of both halves of the spike protein. It also tends to connect to the endothelial cells. And that is those are in multiple organs. So what I'd like to do is have you test if you can identify the mRNA that makes the spike protein.
Where it is, or
see if you can locate it.
should I be seeing something, or is it just going to tell me?
So the question would be, can I identify the mRNA that makes the spike protein?
Can I identify the mRNA that makes the spike protein? Okay. I'm seeing what looks like, sort of weird neon green. I don't want to say that they're lights, but like impressions in various places.
Okay.
I'm being told that's what it is. The one place where I'm seeing it is in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of scattered, but not as the obvious. I guess, would it be in the circulatory system?
Yep.
Is that possible?
There are endothelial cells in the circulatory system, definitely.
That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the bloodstream.
Okay.
Yeah. The brightest part is in the heart, it looks like.
Mm. Okay, I'm gonna have you check the other organs that are common.
Okay.
So are there any in the lungs?
Yeah, they're in the lungs.
In the liver?
Not many, but there's some light there, some impression there.
Okay. In the kidneys?
I don't see any in the kidneys.
Okay. In the brain?
Yeah, in the brain. Yeah.
In the spleen?
Yes.
In the bone marrow?
Only obviously in the legs, in the tibia and the femurs.
Okay.
Oh, and the ribs too.
In the gallbladder?
Yeah.
In the digestive system?
Just in the stomach.
Okay.
And not that much. Just in the stomach.
And in the glands?
No.
Okay. And then is what you're seeing the spike protein?
Is what I'm seeing, the spike protein. Yes. There is, okay, so there is some in the prostate gland. But it's very light. It's not a lot of it.
Okay.
Really the majority of it is in the circulatory system, the blood.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where it's definitely it's sort of like I don't know how to describe it. It seems to be congregating in the heart and then just kind of like
Mhm.
from there. And then as it goes through the body, it gets less and less. Like it's breaking off, as it goes through the bloodstream.
Yeah.
But that's sort of how I see it.
Okay. And ask, are your platelets fully functioning?
Are my platelets fully functioning? No.
And is your immune system fully functioning?
Is my immune system fully functioning? No, but I have an asterisk with this. It seems to be burnt out, like over.
Yep.
Overwork, so it's kind of like burning out, like it's.
It's still going, but it needs to be replenished because it's been overused.
Yeah. I'm trying to describe it like a burnt out motor type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Overheated motor. And could I be getting messages as to what to do about it? Was that something that came through?
If you're
Because
intuitive,
getting a lot of it needs lubrication, like needs like drink more water, spend more time around water. Like go for a swim was something that popped in my mind. I don't know why, but
okay.
yeah, hydrate, water, cool down. Also be in cool areas. Stay around, like don't be in warm rooms or anything that's super hot, because it would make you feel, it would sort of exacerbate the symptoms if you were warm. And I had that sense, like my windows are open in my bedroom because I needed to stay cool in there. And I usually sleep where it's cool, but especially lately, the moment that I feel slightly warm, it's more uncomfortable than it's been in the past, where it's like immediately I have to sort of cool down. And I kind of just chalked it up to getting older. But that's been something that's been interesting and new. because I'm able to like tolerate being warm for at least a certain period of time. And now it's like, if I feel just slightly warm, everything kind of goes haywire.
Okay.
I start feeling the headaches, I start feeling the fatigue, I start feeling a little bit achy. And yeah, so I've been sort of focused on staying cool. So now that I'm hearing what to do, and one of it is be aware of like warm settings, hot settings. That sort of just popped into my mind.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have you test, is your thyroid fully functioning?
Is my thyroid fully functioning? Oh crap! No, and the response I got is that's been a problem that I've ignored for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. Exacerbated by recent events, but.
All right. Does your body know how to remove that foreign mRNA?
Body, do you know how to remove foreign mRNA? It does not.
Okay.
Wow. That's a scary answer.
We will work on that.
Okay.
The thyroid has, and everything associated with that area keeps track of how to remove things that shouldn't be in your body. So I'll do a prompt for maybe two, I'm not sure yet, for the thyroid.
Now, Gabriella, before we actually go into that, if we can, or we can actually do this behind the scenes during the commercial break, because we do have to take a commercial break.
Okay.
Okay, so if we need to do this during the commercial break, we'll come back, and then of course, Gabriella will explain what's going on during that commercial break, because I don't want to break the process of what is going on here.
Yeah.
So we're going to take that quick commercial break, and then we're going to be back, and we'll let you know if we've done anything behind the scenes. So we'll be right back.
Hi everyone, I'm Natan Bredbury. I'm a veteran, Kabbalist, mystic, coach, and spiritual mentor. I have been blessed to help many students on their spiritual journey over the last 20 years. I am currently the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and what we're doing is we're helping veterans heal from the inside out, overcome any sort of emotional trauma that they've been through. So if you're a veteran, a therapist, or a coach, and are interested in learning more about our program, you can contact us directly at info@mysticwarrioracademy.com. Blessings.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Cortez Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR@gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Hey guys, welcome. We are back on the Authors
doing good. How are you?
I am good. It's so good to see you again. We don't get to see each other very often. We might have to do this every week, right? Tonight we are also talking with Scott.
Hello and welcome back. Yes, we have you sitting at the edge of your chair, I am sure, because we did a little work behind the scenes, which we'll explain shortly. For those of you who are just tuning in, you are just tuning into what we call a healing prompt therapy for BX, and our amazing healer, Gabriella, who is administering it, and then our volunteer, Nick Raffer, I was going to screw up his name too, that's interesting, is our volunteer of the day. So I'm going to turn this over, like Gabriella, just to share your contact information for those who might want to reach out to you.
My website is alivehealthsolutions.com. I am also on Facebook under that same name.
That was easy. And Nick Rafter, it should share your contact information.
You can reach me at nickrafter@gmail.com or go to my website, nickrafterwrites.com, where I will almost certainly blog about this at some point this week.
Excellent, excellent. So we're going to dive right back into what we were doing during the commercial break, so this way here things can sort of stay in flow. And for those who are just tuning in, remember you'll have to come back and watch, and you can on either Roku, YouTube, and also I believe it's live right as we speak on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. So Gabriella, take it away again.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we muscle tested to make sure that Nick has located the parts that need to be restored, the ones that we identified in the lungs, liver, brain, spleen, bone marrow, etc. So we're going to do a prompt for the thyroid and those parts. I would like those parts of my thyroid to be fully restored.
I would like those parts of my thyroid to be fully restored.
And I would like those parts of my organs to be fully restored.
Like those parts of my organs to be fully restored.
I would like those parts of my glands to be fully restored.
Like those parts of my glands to be fully restored.
I would like my endothelial cells to be fully restored.
I would like my endothelial cells to be fully restored.
I would like my cleanup list to be fully functioning.
I would like my cleanup list to be fully functioning.
I would like my body to remove the S1 protein.
I would like my body to remove the S1 protein.
I would like my body to remove the S2 protein.
I would like my body to remove the S2 protein.
I would like my ACE2 receptors to be fully restored.
I would like my ACE2 receptors to be fully restored.
And now I want you to muscle test to see, does your body know how to remove the mRNA?
Does my body know how to remove the mRNA? I'm getting a no.
Okay.
Should it know? Should it know? Get rid of the mRNA.
Let's see if we can get you some clarity on that. So before the S1 and the S2 protein were separated, they were connected, and they were made by messenger RNA that was put into the muscles in your shoulder or arm. And what your body needs to do is find the makeup of that mRNA so it can identify what it is, first of all. So can your body identify what the mRNA is?
Can you identify what the mRNA is? Yeah, again. Yeah.
So let me see what I can find out intuitively.
I'm getting I get the water again. Like there's a lot of just like visions of water, and I don't know what that means. Just drink water or bathe more. Something involving water.
Okay, here's another thing to muscle test.
Okay.
Is your body recycling hydrochloric acid appropriately?
I'm asking my body directly. Are you recycling hydrochloric acid appropriately? No, I thought that was a yes at first.
Okay. All right, so hydrochloric acid is recycled by using sodium and potassium, and it goes to the pancreas and spleen and for storage. And it combines itself with water. That's why I'm bringing that up. So the prompt for that is I would like the parts related to my hydrochloric acid to be fully functioning.
I would like the parts related to my hydrochloric acid to be fully functioning.
Okay. And then ask if your body knows how to remove the mRNA.
Do you know how to remove the mRNA? Yes.
Okay.
Very excited, yes.
Excellent, excellent, which is perfect timing.
A lot of water is still,
timing.
a lot of water
Yes.
is still popping up, but a very
Yes.
exciting yes, something got cleared.
Yes, perfect timing, because we do have to take another commercial break, but this is basically the end of this healing prompt therapy for today. Thank goodness that both Gabriella and Nick will be back here next Sunday. I know that I have every one of you sitting at the edge of your chair wanting to know what's going to happen. And I'm sure between today to next week, there's going to be a lot of work going on with Nick. And that when he comes back next week, he's going to be sharing a lot of insights. So Gabriella, if you can just once again share your contact information so the viewers know how to reach you.
Sure. My website is alivehealthsolutions.com. I am also on Facebook, and my email is gem@alivehealthsolutions.com.
And there definitely should be a flyer with all that information on there. That should be popping up. And Nick, share your information, please.
NickRafter@gmail.com, or you can go to NickRafterWrites.com. I'll be blogging about this in the next couple of weeks.
Excellent, excellent. So we will be taking a quick commercial break, but I will be coming back with the conclusion of today's show. And I do look forward to having both Gabriella and Nick back, because just like I have the audience, and we all have the audience on the edge of their chair, they have me on the edge of mine, because I'm kind of curious to see what happens at the end of this. We'll take that quick commercial break, and I'll be right back.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
If you are turned off by conventional medicine and their mantra, "Do you want meds for that?" there's a better option. I'm Gabriella Mihalichin, medical intuitive and healer. Let me help you find the root cause of your illness and guide you through healing. My intuitive method directs your body to heal itself and removes barriers to healing. I invite you to schedule a session today at alivehealthsolutions.com.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter, journalist, writer, editor. I'm happy to be offering copy editing and line editing services at competitive industry rates. If you have a book or any document that needs to be edited and thoroughly looked through, please contact me at nickrafter@gmail.com. Let's discuss how to get that work done. That's Nick Rafter, NICKRAFTER, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.
Hello and welcome back. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And if you are just tuning in, well, you're definitely going to have to come back and watch this. You have options. You can watch it on Roku. You can watch it on YouTube. There's 2 YouTube channels. One is mine, which is Holistic Fitness Barry Cologne. The other one is Strong Island Entertainment. And of course, you can go and watch it. I believe it's live on Twitter too. So you have a lot of options. You missed a great show. You definitely want to go and watch. And fun fact, come back here next Sunday because both of them will be back on again because there's going to be a conclusion. Nick is going to share with us everything that takes place between today through next Sunday in regards to what has happened for him, where he's already had a breakthrough, so to speak, where he literally felt a shift from this energy. So that's next Sunday. And of course, if you did not catch last Sunday's show, you have to watch that too because I shared some amazing insight and did amazing readings for Halloween trick or treat. So hopefully you caught that as well. And just a few promos here and there. We also have CJ Ives Lopez again. She is the host and also publisher of the Author's Porch magazine and podcast. And then join Joe Monkman every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Spirit Messages. It's a lot of fun. He connects with Spirit. And then assuming there's enough time, he also gives one-on-one readings as well. And for those of you in the Queens area, of course, those of you who want to travel out, feel free to. I will be doing card readings, and there's a flyer because there's a name on that flyer. And for the life of me right now, I cannot remember. I think they're called Lewis something or another, but I'll be doing card readings on November 19th, which is the full moon. It's a Friday night from 2:30 p.m. right through about 8:30 p.m. is the last reading. Grab the flyer, call them, schedule your appointments. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are just suggested. I will see you back here next Sunday again for some more excitement coming from Gabriella and Nick. But for now, enjoy the rest of your first Sunday of the month. Till next week. Bye-bye.